Yo, what's up guys? Kusanagi here doing a video talking about the recent patch update put out for Goddess of Victory Nikke, in which they are describing the new event for this winter. And obviously it comes with some controversy or FOMO, which we'll get about in a minute. The highlights of the patch are two new characters, both Elysian, which will be Guillotine and Maiden. Maiden will be a rocket launcher. Guillotine will be an AR water unit. We will see how short-lived Phantom will be, and whether or not they will bring some much-needed support to the Elysian Tower. The more important thing, as noted or being FOMO'd around the internet by people with very little IQ, is that Rupee and Xmas Ann will not be returning as part of the banner. And this rumor seems to be circulating based on what seems to be nothing other than their own personal opinion that they seem to have pulled out of their own ass, versus some kind of valid confirmation by ShiftUp. And so I'm here to point out some facts, and if I'm wrong in the end, then I will be just as upset as everyone else. But I have Rupee on both of my accounts, so it is less of a issue for getting copies of Rupee. What it will be a problem for is maybe going forward, whether they will retire old limited units and make them unavailable to newer players. So let's get into the facts of what was described in the patch first, which is we are going to see things like Cinderella Engrave going into the ordinary recruit and mold items, as well as Flora in the ordinary recruit and mold items. We got some information on Maiden's kit, we got some information on Guillotine's kit, and then we got information on the rerun of Nikke's, which are Ludmilla and Micah Snowbody. Which, between the two, I would say I'd only get this one. I skipped Mika. I don't even think I'll get her this year. I still don't find a use for her. Maybe somebody can convince me otherwise, but I think she's a skip. And then those 4 units being added to the temporary participation Nikke for the shooting range. Now, there's basically a gap here, and what people are implying is because there's a gap and there's no mention of Xmas Ann or Winter Rupee, that we are thereby not going to get either one of them. And let me remind you of the patch notes that came out on July 1st of 2024, which was for the summer event, where we had information related to Sakura Bloom in Summer, Rosanna Chic Ocean, the rerun of Mary Bay Goddess, and Neon Blue Ocean, all of which the same people caused the same shitstorm, which was, we're not getting Summer Anise, we're not getting Summer Helm, it's not fair, I've been saving my tickets for Summer Anise, where's Summer Anise? And on the 4th of July, after the patch notes, so you can see edited on July 4th by ShiftUp, they added this small line here so people would probably just shut up already, which is Summer Anise and Helmwalker Marine were set to return at the end of July. Please stay tuned for official information. Now, I suspect that this is going to be the same case, which is they just didn't put it on here, and on December 5th, after the patch goes live, we'll see more information about what the banner schedule is going to look like for the winter event, in addition to information related to Solo Raid and other things that they really didn't flesh out that much here, because they didn't want to, I don't know, spoil things. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, or maybe they're just lazy and forgot about it. But we will see that information here. There's a bunch of stuff related to an SR unit, which is Nev. This is your 1 time per year, which you can get Nev to MLB. I forgot to do it last year, so I will be doing it this year. I've always been 1 copy short, and I always forget about it until after it's over. But until we have actual information from ShiftUp saying, hey, Winter Rupee and Xmas Ann are basically not going to be banners, or we're not going to make them available to new players, it's a load of bullshit to believe anything people are saying on the internet. So if somebody is telling you this, just tell them to shut up. They're clueless. The lack of information about something, or like it not being explicitly called out, doesn't mean that they aren't coming. And that was the same case with Summer Anise and with Helm. They added this information so people would shut up about it and stop complaining that they had saved all their tickets for Summer Anise when Shift Up just hadn't decided the banner schedule yet, and they weren't sure about this new banner schedule of moving them to separate banners because people complained about the winter banners being too difficult to target a specific character. If you recall last year, basically, Winter Ludmilla ran concurrently with Rupee and Anne, but the rates for Rupee and Anne were really, really low. And unless you were super lucky, like I was, you can check out my Core 7 Winter Rupee video if you want. You didn't have much of a chance to MLB them. And so they changed the system for summer. So if you really wanted MLB on Winter Mary, you could essentially just target Winter Mary to get MLB. It also meant that you could just buy them also with tickets out of the shop, assuming you only wanted one copy of each as a collector. So until we have official information from Shift Up saying they're not going to rerun characters, aside from the obvious collab units, I would take anything someone on Discord or on YouTube or on Twitch is saying with a grain of salt. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're talking out their ass, and they're also trying to stir up FOMO because it's the only way that they can get attention, because most of the time they have nothing interesting to say to begin with. So that is how they get their daily dose of internet clout and or fame, is to just talk shit and complain and rile people up, because that's the only way that anyone's ever going to listen to anything they say. So with that, that is my PSA on FOMO and reading the patch notes and not reading into them to the point that you are Charlie Kelly at a whiteboard putting strings all over the place. Let's just chill. We'll find out in a couple days what the patch notes get updated to on the 5th after maintenance, and we'll have an actual banner schedule. And then if we find out that they are not rerunning characters, then I will also put out a video complaining and criticizing Shift Up, because it is unfair to newer players if that is what they're going to end up doing. But until we actually have real information, I would say, like, hold your fire, don't get upset, and don't ruin your own fun of the winter event over something that is probably a big fat nothing burger being spread by trolls or people that are just bored and have nothing better to do with their time. So that's it for me. You can check me out on Twitch. I will be playing the winter event this week, as well as Girls Frontline 2 and Path of Exile on Friday. Feel free to follow me also on X and or any platform that you prefer, like YouTube, for example. I get a lot of viewers and only recently hit 250 subscribers, so I'd appreciate it if you subscribe so I can start monetizing these videos, and also maybe lose my monetization. We'll see, because as of late, YouTube does not like the Nikke category. But hey, it is what it is. Alright, have a great rest of your week, and bye-bye!